Hi, Bowness. I'm Leanne. I'm one of the Bowness Community Association staff members, and I'm here today on Connect Bowness with Matt DeMan, and he is the lead garden volunteer at the Bowness Railway Garden. Thanks for joining us today, Matt.
Thank you very much for having me.
So today we just have a few questions to help us get to know a little bit more about the Railway Garden and yourself and your volunteering there. So our first question is, how has your life changed in Bowness in the last little while with staying at home?
Um, the last little while staying at home, got a little stir crazy. Had to go outside, and I think everybody else kind of did that too. And so, yeah, I've had a lot more connections with neighbors, sort of remote from the street. Um, but I've also been spending a lot more time just outside walking, trying not to stay working at home. And I don't know, well, I'll try and work outside if I can at other places. Even just this morning, I was over at Cadence just for a little bit, having breakfast using their Wi-Fi while I did a bit of work. And so trying to keep things flexible and changed up.
Yeah, not get into too much of a routine.
No, hopefully not. I'm trying not to.
Awesome. What about the Railway Garden? How has things how have they kept going, or have there been changes there?
Yeah, so we actually have a leadership team here. And at the beginning of the season, we had quite a few conversations because I think everyone was anxious to get outside just because the quarantine started when it was a lot colder. And so everybody was inside. And it was kind of this dismal thought of coming to the summer and not being able to garden either. And so we had a lot of conversations about what the protocols should look like. We referenced the Calgary Hort Society as well to see what their recommendations were and what they were doing. We actually found that we could operate the garden quite safely. And so we went ahead and did that. We have implemented some protocols where we encourage everyone to wear garden gloves on site whenever they're basically contacting around any of the touch points, like just the watering cans or anything like that, water barrels. And then we just have everyone observe regular social distancing if they're not from the same household while on site as well. And I think once our gardeners and people in the community found out that we were going to be operating, everyone was actually very excited just to hear that, okay, it's actually possible for us to get out and do this, because it hasn't been the same response across Canada. So people were definitely excited to have the opportunity to garden again this year.
Yeah, we're hearing a lot at the BCA about people just being so thankful for the things that are continuing to go and that are safe for people to engage with their neighbors around. Definitely having Neighbor Day this past weekend. I'm hoping to hear some good stories about how that went down and who was connecting with who.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. And that kind of leads into our second last question. How have you seen connection continuing in Bowness, even with physical distancing in place?
I think definitely, again, amongst neighbors, people seem to be pretty understanding and checking in on each other. I know even just up and down where I live, and then my parents live back on Bow Crescent, and it's sort of that same thing. People they do check in and going out for the social distance walks. I've actually been doing that. I have it's kind of become a weekly tradition with a friend where every Wednesday we've been going for walks through the Dale Hodges Park. And so we've been watching the seasons change sort of week by week, which is great. All the ducklings and that seem to be out in the marshes. And so we've been enjoying it. We're still managing to connect. But obviously I would just say on a smaller scale.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe getting a little creative, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the last question I do have for you is, what are you most grateful for about Bowness right now?
Right now, I would say what I'm most grateful for is the fact that we have so many green spaces and so many pathways that are right on our doorstep. And I was mentioning that I've been going to the Dale Hodges Park. Dale Hodges was actually a major advocate for the green spaces while he was alderman here in Bowness. And so I'm actually very grateful that he was such an advocate during his time in office, because when something like this happens and you can't necessarily go out on vacation, different places, we still have so many incredible green spaces and pathways just all through the community. And so that's definitely probably what I'm most grateful for in the community at the moment. I've been
Awesome. Well,
making use of them.
yeah, I think a lot of people have been. It's been nice
Hmm.
to see so many people out and about, still respecting each other's bubbles and their spaces, but getting out and
Yeah,
enjoying it. Awesome. Well,
absolutely.
thank you so much for joining us today, Matt, on Connect
Oh,
Bowness,
my pleasure. My
and
pleasure.
from the garden, no less. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Yes, we are here.
So if people want to learn more about the Railway Garden or connect with the garden at all, how do they find you?
The best way is probably through Facebook. You can just search Bowness Railway Garden on Facebook, and we have a page there. Um, and yeah, see some little updated photos and that come throughout the year. And if you have any questions or you want to contact us, you can just message us through there.
Awesome. Thank you again. And Bowness, don't
Absolutely.
forget to find your BCA online on social media at My Bowness and in the next issue of the Bowesterner coming to your door soon. Thanks so much.